Tyler, Michael Cobble here in Baton Rouge. I think the biggest question with you was that we just didn't see you. So kind of take us through your decision making to opt out, and then once you did decide to opt out, you're going to be the guy I think that had the toughest time trying to keep his weight down because you weren't around your peers and your coaches. How did you formulate a plan to make sure you were ready for today?
Yeah, I mean, the process wasn't easy. It was a long time. So when I opted out, I opted out because of COVID, really, and take health precautions. A few of my family members ended up catching COVID, so such as my grandma, she plays a huge part in my family and to me. So she's safe and healthy now. So I opted out. As soon as I opted out, I started training. Started training with Ryan Clark at Traction, and started making my game plans from there. So started there, and October came around. I moved to Frisco, Dallas area. Started at Exos, trained there, and then came back home.
Hey Tyler, Jared Roser, TigerDetails.com. Your time through LSU, you had the issues getting started, and then you opt out of this year. Just kind of take me through the highs and lows of the last couple of years, and reflecting on it now as you sit and try and prepare for that next level. Just where your mindset is with everything you've gone through, and now would be at this point.
It was rough coming in late, coming in heavy. So that redshirt year, I took the time on myself, getting my weight down, getting in the best position I could get myself in to potentially start in play. So, I really didn't start till the end of 2018 season. I did that, and I handled it well. When I started, I was exactly at 345, 46. Did that. 2019 season came around, started at the weight that I was supposed to weigh at, 345, 46. So, it played a huge role being at LSU, living to the standard of performance that Coach O wanted. So, I think I handled that well, and I love the background that I come from now.
Hey Tyler, I guess you're viewed primarily by most people as a nose tackle. You're really good as a run defender. That much is very clear. Do you view yourself as a possible three tech, and what are you doing to improve the pass rushing portion of your game rather than just being, a fantastic run defender? And also, have you talked at all with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes, I did. But
Thank you.
for me, learning how to pass rush, it was tough. But when I opted out, that goes back to me of learning my pros and cons. My pros, I'm a good run stopper, excellent run stopper. But I look at my cons, I need to learn how to pass rush, learn how to rush the passer, learn how to get some more push. So, when I went to Exos in Dallas, me and my position coach, Brandon Tucker, we learned how to pass rush, learned how to be explosive out the hole, and just getting to the quarterback efficient. So, it was a good process, and I thank him for it. And that really showed today, working the big bags, showing I could really get off and rush the passer.
Yeah, Amos Moran from WWL Radio. Wanted to ask you, what's sort of the questions you've been getting from NFL teams? What have they been asking? What have they been trying to find out about you as you've gone through this process?
It's two main questions from almost every team that I usually get and ready to answer. One, obviously, is about my weight, and two, if I'm a good pass rusher. So, that's the main things I really focus on because, my football game speaks for itself when Saturday comes. So, it's just learning how to control those things. When I opted out, I learned about nutritionists. When I got up to Exos, I had a game plan. We executed it well, and I came back in good shape, and I was ready to go. And that goes for the same thing with learning how to pass rush and being explosive. So it was just it was a hard process, but I executed it well.
Hey Tyler, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Grammar Football. Going back to your weight and rushing the passer, what have you learned with EXO and hitting the heavy bag and everything, and also getting getting your foot quickness and getting to the pass rusher in this off season and in this opt out year for you.
Right. A few things that I worked on with my pass rush. I mean, just learning how to get off my steps, reading the center guard tackle, how they set. Because most of the interviews that I did with some coaches, they took me through the progression of how they pass rush. So I had to adapt to how they coach it and how I did it on my own and apply that to how I did it on my own. So I mean, just learning how to take my steps, reading high hand, low hands. Like today, we did big bags, and I'm a very good spinner, I could say, when I'm rushing the passes. So that was a plus, and show my quickness, how twitching I am, quick I am, reading the guards, tackles, our center. So it was a good process, learning how to pass rush, and I thank Coach Tucker for it too.
Hey Tyler, this is Luke Johnson with the Times Picayune. My dog picked a good time to start barking. Hey, have you had to answer any questions about opting out and your commitment to football? Has that been an issue for you at all this offseason? And have you talked to the Saints in this whole process?
Yes, I have, and that's been the main question of almost every interview, and I really tell them the same thing, give them my honest answer, and keep it true. So I mean, yeah, I opted out because of COVID, my health, get back to a good weight. A few family members caught it, and I just went with that. Accept it or not, it was just a 100% self decision on taking precaution of myself and getting myself ready for the next level.
Hey Tyler, Brooks Cabina from the Advocates. I mean, you mentioned one of the two questions you get from NFL teams is if you're a good pass rusher. Not being there last year when you showed some signs of that in 2019, what were the ways that you felt you could answer those questions without having that, final year to have that on film for them?
Yeah, I related everything to 2019 season. What you seen on film, that's what I put out there, and I think I did an excellent job at that time. But I knew what I was getting myself into and what to prepare for, such as like my pass rush and my weight. So I mean, I worked on those things day in, day out, and I executed.
Tyler Shelvin, Alex Fleming, Florida Sun. How was the workout today?
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Real question. Do you prefer being a one technique? Can you be a pass rusher and defensive end? I mean, I'm not going to ask you about your weight. You're your own man, and I know that you do your own thing, but where are you most comfortable at on the defensive line?
Good question. Yes, like I was talking to the New York Giants the other day. I mean, I see myself playing from a 1 to a 3. I could get good movement, inside and outside. I mean, it's self-explanatory, really. I could be everything, really. When I'm at my good weight, good condition, learning footsteps, learning each position, I could execute anything.
Hey, good afternoon, Tyler. Jeremy Turner from the Cold Front Report here. I want to know, what is the NFL team that's getting Tyler Shelvin? What are they getting from you, the person? What's one quality that you can give, that you can bring to the table for an NFL team that's going to select you?
Yeah, I mean, I bring myself as whole. Start off with good relationships, but also executing what coaches want. Just like Coach O, when I first got here, he wanted the best out of me. So he got the best out of me. I mean, he coached me day in, day out very hard, and I appreciate him for that. So, I mean, but I learned that the next level, I mean, you're on your own, really, and you're doing what's best for you. It's just like the interviews, it's like a job interview. So, I mean, just executing it, staying focused, working hard, learning how to play at the next level, and just stand on top of your game.
Hi, Tyler. This is Rakay Gibson with Black Girls Talk Sports Podcast. What would you say to an NFL team that's really on the fence about drafting you?
Good question. Yeah, I had this question before, but what I tell most teams is you might want to pick me. I mean, I'll give you 110% of me day in, day out. I mean, because it's the next level. You got to work for what you want. But most thing I really tell these teams is I don't care about a paycheck or nothing. I just want my name to be out there and be known. I really want to get to like a yellow jacket and be in the Hall of Fame like that. So, I mean, it's just going in, putting in the work day in, day out, and just getting your name known.
We have time for one more question. We'll finish with EJ Daniels.
Hey Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, and you?
Good, good. One question I wanted to ask you: who have you been leaning on in this process to help guide you?
I could say it's a handful of people between my grandmother, my mom, my dad, and my agent. I mean, they had my back since day one, especially my agent. He believed in me. He took a shot at me. So, I mean, I appreciate him for everything he did. And that's who really I've been leaning on through this whole process, and it's been a hard, long process.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.